Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Blessings and synchronicities are showing up for you this week, my dear Cappies. So this is about allowing yourself to be in the right place at the right time, which means if a detour or a hiccup happens with any of your journeys, take it as a good sign. This is one of those times where I like to see this card as kind of like the divine sat-nav reroute. It's kind of like, you know, we tend to find ourselves in the right place at the right time. It also suggests as well, very often you see the results of things that you've initiated into the world. This is where they start to come good. It's where you start to see the returns for your efforts, right? So this could be a really good week for that. The other thing with the Wheel of Fortune as well, it can and very often does speak to where your luck is about to change, right? Where things are now about to start moving in a much more positive direction. With that said, if you haven't seen the Into the Multiverse video between the midpoint and magic and madness, please don't forget to check that out. It's really important video, because this week we are in between eclipses. We're heading towards the next eclipse in which will be a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So this is a big deal for all of us, and this whole week we are kind of in that sort of weird in-between place, so don't forget to check it out. If you are a continued subby, you know Raffi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the Seven of Wands. So this could be the end of a challenge or a dispute of some kind. It also suggests in a lot of ways that you are, excuse me. Yeah, it suggests in a lot of ways that you are, it's like you're coming to the end or coming to the realization that a period of you needing to fight or battle something is literally over. And it may be as well, and this is something that I've said to people in personal readings many times. If you're healed, allow yourself to be healed, right? The process of trying to heal something eventually stops doing that because you're better, and then you're actually telling yourself that you're still sick, so that thing starts to pop back up again. This is about a battle or a challenge that you've been fighting. If you're still in that defense mode and that fight mode, you're going to keep attracting things that you need to be in fight mode for. So if you now realize that a dispute or a challenge or a tough period of your life is over, let it be over. Excuse me. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. So you have this with the Wheel of Fortune. Your communications and conversations this week are much easier, much more harmonious. This is probably not the week to go after things, but to allow them to evolve the way that they naturally go. This is kind of tantamount to saying, try not to steer the conversation because it's going to head in the direction that you want it to go anyway. This is a week where I have to say to you, my dear Cappies, that forcefulness and that determination and grit that you're known for, this week it will get sorry, I have to be more conscious in the way that I speak. It could get the better of you this week, and by trying to steer things in a certain direction, you could end up inadvertently wrestling the wheel away from the universe that was already taking you to your destination. And there ain't no better steerer than the universe. So this is a week where I want to say to you, like, get out of your own way, or let the big you show up for you. All right, like, this is one of those weeks where you need to take it easy. If you've got a problem, if you've got a bee in your bonnet, Just let it be and see where things go, and you may be pleasantly surprised at how they arrive at what you wanted to say anyway. I'll give you an example, and this has happened to me a lot, which is one of the reasons I know this to be the case. So, you know, sometimes like when certain things are happening and you think something and you're like, I've got to say this, and then you think to yourself, no, you know what, be a bit more diplomatic, say nothing. You say nothing, and then somebody else voices your very opinion. This is one of those weeks. For those of you that are studying or in academia in any way, that Four of Swords suggests a grace period of some sort that is coming in for you. So this might be a break. It might also be extra time that you get in order to work on or through your studies, which could be very beneficial to you. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, I actually think this is a time where things are going to ease up at work. Like, even if it is only a week, hey, listen, we'll take it, right? For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, or people that work for themselves, this is really asking you to look at when was the last time you actually took a break and what can you do about it. Like this week, you might actually be able to build some proper time off into your schedule where you can just hang back and say, okay, you know what, let me regroup and let me just see where things are at. I like this for that reason. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is really asking you, like, this week you might have a conversation with someone that says, yeah, well, you know, you don't actually switch off. So someone could call you on your sort of hyper hustle energy. All right. For those of you that are for your love and relations, you have the Page of Cups. You've got this with the Seven of Wands. I kind of feel that this is you and a partner hashing an idea out. For those of you that are partnered, married, in long-term commitments, this is you and a partner hashing an idea out. And with that Four of Swords, this might be a week where you kind of just say, look, you know what? You obviously feel very passionate about this. I'm content to let it go and see where it ends up. And because you've got the Wheel of Fortune as that key to the week, you may be very pleasantly surprised at the outcome or the result. So get out of your own way this week is what I'm trying to say. For those of you that are single, if you are meeting somebody, it's going to be in a very transient sort of place. The connection itself doesn't look to be transient, but the place that you're meeting in looks like it. So this could be somewhere really weird, like you know, when you're on a long drive and you stop off for petrol. This could be like, you know, like that kind of thing. Or maybe you meet somebody at a train station, or it's like wherever you're meeting, it's in a really transient kind of place, which could be quite interesting. For your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Wands. So the only thing here, you're going to have to find a way to... So the Queen of Wands for me is about boundaries. So for some of you, maybe you're having to have a conversation about finances, where you're having to set a boundary. The Queen of Wands also suggests that money and finances and earning potential will eventually start to speed up, or you will have an idea or possibly a conversation with somebody that gets you to see where the next, what the next pay bracket is and how you might get there, how you might fast track those results after this week, because this is a downtime kind of week, I feel. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I love the Royal Court for health and vitality, especially the Queen of Wands, because it's dynamic, it's a lot of energy. With the Wheel of Fortune in tow, this could also be a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment. For those of, and then when it comes to your home and environment, the other thing with the Wands cards though, especially the Royal Court, this can be inflammation, so watch out for that. And if I'm gonna say, certainly with the certainly with the Wheel of Fortune in tow, I would say this could be like, you know, touch wood, I hope I'm wrong, it doesn't have to be for everybody, and I'm not a doctor anyway, but this could be like a rash that shows up due to inflammation, so watch out for that. When it comes to your home and environment. The Queen of Wands is great for the home because it suggests the home gets busy. So this could be a week of invites. It might be a time where maybe you're not spending time at home too much because you're going to visit other people. Either way, it's going to be an interesting interpersonal week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.